I might nonce anyone, lad.
You just compare bath salts to an abusive relationship.
I did. I bought you a flower. You want to come out with me?
Well, you've got till lunchtime. I walked away, right?
I'd have shagged the tits off him. I like it black, but do you know what I mean? I'll accept red. If you had green, I'd have walked out.
Why are you fingering the plant?
Doing an Aaron Wood impression.
Doing a fucking Zach Dingle impression with that jacket on me.
Zach
Someone's
Dingle.
got a new jacket.
Zach Dingle does not look as fly as I do.
I don't believe that to be true.
I actually reckon I'd rock a flat cap with this outfit.
I reckon you look like your family has been in a lot of scandals.
These white shoes beg otherwise, man.
Man's got. Have you been out on a full shopping trip?
No, I actually got these white shoes.
Get in, girlfriend. We're going shopping.
I got them for my birthday, but because they're so white, I had to spray them with Crep Protect and I kept putting it off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, how long did it take you?
Literally 2 seconds. I don't know why I put it on for so long.
Well, talk me through the jacket choice. Can I guess where you've got it from?
Go ahead.
Oxfam. No,
I have got other jackets from charity shops.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zara,
is it River Island?
No.
H&M?
No.
Zara?
Think more old man.
Fat face?
No.
Dunelm. F&F.
Got it free with a tin of paint.
Yeah. I don't think they sell paint at Dunelm.
Dunelm, it's a fucking... Isn't it like a home store?
Yeah, but it's furnishing.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't have a house to furnish.
No, you don't. Yeah.
I live in a box room.
Is it a Tesco F&F?
No, but that's pretty much everything else I wear.
Yeah. I've got one jacket from F&F, which is fire, by the way.
Yeah.
I wear it all the time.
That's
You've
what
definitely
F&F
seen
stands for. Fire and fire. I don't know what I was going for.
Yeah, what were you even trying to do?
I don't know.
It's really gentle when we don't have a guest on, isn't it? To sort of bring the funny for us.
Got no one to impress.
No. How are you?
Sad. You've just insulted me. Jacket. I like it. I'm trying something different. All right. There's only so many check shirts.
Does it fit your arms? Does it come?
No, I've rolled it up. I feel weird with long sleeves.
3/4 length arms.
do you rock a long? Like, don't you feel weird with a long sleeve?
Oh, so the difference between me and you is I fit in my clothes. So it's
you cheeky fuck. I'm upset by that one. Fat jokes can slide, but I deliberately wear clothes.
You get stuck.
I deliberately wear clothes that do fit me.
Okay.
I bin a t-shirt as soon as it starts shrinking in the wash and I start growing. There's a combination of the two things. The clothes shrink and I grow, and then eventually I can't reach for the top shelf without a little bit of underboob.
Nice.
Underbelly.
Yeah. For the benefit of the audio listener, Liam's showing his belly. I would probably swerve the YouTube on this one. Me and Beth got a Nintendo Wii recently. It does have some relevance, I promise.
What, you want me to fucking work out, yeah?
Need to get you a Wii Fit board. No, basically, I didn't realise how damaging the Wii was. But when we got the Wii Fit board and Beth stood on it, and it put her BMI as like obese, like straight away, or like overweight or some shit, which she's not, by the way. Like, she's a size 12 and looks phenomenal, but she just happened to stand on it a little bit too hard. But then the second that it said that she was like overweight, her little me character, the shirt just started riding up. And she was like, look at my shirt doesn't fit anymore, rather than just make her a little bit bigger, which, to be fair,
She's
even
getting
that's
gaslighted by a fucking games console.
Well, that's it. She, at one point it goes, if you consider working out for 10 minutes a day, you could lose up to £2 a week. She went to bed fuming.
Nothing better than a bit of negative reinforcement.
Yeah, from something that's meant to make you feel good. Oh man, really upset. I was buzzing because it told me my Wii Fitness age was that of a 24-year-old and hers was a 65-year-old woman. I was made up, mate, honestly.
What's your favourite game on it?
Oh, we gotta love the Wii Sports, man.
Wii Sports?
Oh yeah, just keeping it classic.
All I ever did was bowling. I mean, let's be fair, if I was going to enter into any sport professionally,
yeah, for sure, man. Like we, you do have a bowling look, don't you?
Still need the barriers up, like, but
yeah, man. We've been playing the bowling, and she got the it because I got 7 strikes in a row, so that upset her.
You're actually pretty good at regular bowling as well. I got the ick when we played against each other, and you battered me.
Yeah, man. I'm a bit of a what's the word? Connoisseur. Yeah, nonce. Yeah, sure. Why not? We can go with that. Yeah, man, it's been going good. We've started settling arguments with Mario Kart. That's exciting.
That seems like a healthy way to manage a relationship.
Oh, I'll tell you this, right? We got in the other day. We had a bit of an argument about the shopping, and then I thought it'd blown over. I went upstairs. I was just sort of on the computer or whatever. Computer? What am I fucking?
I was playing on my computer.
Yeah. And I went downstairs, and I thought it'd all blown over because usually you just let the fucking argument ferment, don't you? You know what I mean? I've like that simmering tension.
Ferment.
Yeah.
Strong that.
Yeah, a little simmering tension within the house. We burn sage at the end of each night. It's great. But I went in the living room and she was on the Wii, right, just boxing my little me like that. And she's going like this. And I said to her, I was like, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm just fucking relieving a bit of tension here. And then I looked down, she'd plugged in both remotes so I couldn't fight back. And she's just fucking one-bombing me the whole time, mate. I was absolutely raging.
Can your me get bruises? Is he just getting like bruised?
No, but he can get knocked the fuck out, which he did. And the guy's counting there to 10 and she's like, on the screen. Mate, I was absolutely raging. I mean, it works. It's fine. But yeah, give him fucking Amber Heard vibes and on the Nintendo Wii there. I got it to save the relationship because the cost of living's gone up, right? And I got this fucking Nintendo Wii because I thought we can't do date nights. I'll get us a little Nintendo Wii, get us back in the game. And yeah, she just fucking used it to abuse me now.
Nice.
Fuming, throwing fucking shells at me every chance she gets, a little knobhead.
Didn't Amber Heard wasn't in their last court case, wasn't it like sort of divulge, I don't know the correct word, but it came out in court that Johnny Depp, like, someone did a shit in the bed. One of them, like, there was a human shit in the bed, right? Genuinely.
I've not looked at any of it, to be fair. And be a quick disclaimer, this is being recorded on, what date is it today? My watch doesn't tell me.
Neither does mine.
It's like the 24th of April. This will be going out at some point in May. We're banking this episode because we're both going on holiday because we've worked really hard this year and we just feel like we need a holiday.
I'm going to London in the UK.
Yeah, you're going to be told to go fuck yourself by Southern Fairies.
To pay more than I would if I went to Spain as well.
Exactly, no doubt. But yeah, we're banking this episode. So if the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial is all passed us by, then we do apologise. But what can we do? Just feel like I need to put a little disclaimer in there.
To be fair, I've read nothing about what's going on currently. This is from like the last cycle. And I can almost guarantee I'm misremembering things and I'm misquoting things. But this sticks with me, this one detail, because there was a shit left in the bed and it could Johnny was accusing Amber of doing it and she was saying it was the dogs. Johnny was like, his messages were read out, his messages between him and staff members and that. Behind the back, he was calling her Amber Turd.
I mean, to be fair, if Beth was calling me little plays on words like that, I mean, she calls me Big Wood sometimes, but if she was calling me anything derogatory, yeah, I'd probably chop her finger off as well. I feel like it's fair.
When you said chop a finger, hold on.
Did you not know that Amber did that to Johnny Depp?
No, I thought that was a euphemism for having a shit.
No,
chopping a finger off.
No, she chopped his finger off.
Taught me a new phrase. I was like, I've never heard that before because I've heard a turd called a gorilla's finger before. Just chop a finger off. I know when I've pissed Aaron off when I walk into the studio and he's fucking chopped a finger on the table. What do you think of this week's ornament, lad?
Yeah. I've not been paying attention to the Amber Heard trial.
The only thing chop a finger? Sorry, what is it? What happened? She chopped his fucking finger.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Like they've just had some proper domestic. Like, I genuinely can't look at it, despite the podcast name. I can't have too much negative energy in my life. It's too much negative in my positive world. I heard that as a quote, and I can't remember what it was on. It was on a movie or something, and I've just lived by it ever since. And then I made this podcast, but whatever. This is a way to get it out and release it into the system. You know what I mean?
Taking more.
Yeah, but I can't, every time, like every third video on TikTok is them. But I tell you what I did see, which was really funny, is the Amber Heard's attorney said to Johnny Depp, basically, I think as a way of gaslighting him into thinking that she couldn't possibly hurt him because of how much bigger he is than her. And he goes, would you say that you are substantially bigger than Miss Heard? And he goes, I wouldn't say that. And like looks her up and down and just fucking flamed her. And then someone fucking edited it with like the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song with her head. Oh mate, phenomenal. So funny.
What it's made me realise about myself in this conversation is this is like a serious fucking case where both of them, from what little I do know, both of them are quite clearly abused the fuck out of each other.
Yeah,
and the only bits of information we absorbed
was calling it a fat
shit. Yeah, and a turd joke.
Yeah, I don't know who's at fault. From what I can gather, I think it is mostly her. Like I say, I've not read into it enough, but everyone online seems to be leaning in the direction that she's a dickhead, he's a victim. I imagine he probably wasn't easy to live with, but it doesn't ever justify what she did. So, you know, I don't think that he was necessarily abusive in that way.
Another uninformed white man solving the problem.
Just doing what I can for the people, mate. Do what I can for the kids. But yeah, man, it seems like there was one snippet I saw where it was that's again not another
snippet.
But there was one thing I saw where it was like I think he said something like her attorney said that he destroyed some like kitchen cupboard doors or something, and his argument was, yeah, I abused the doors, I didn't abuse her. So like, I imagine he's got anger issues and he does lash out and stuff, but I imagine she wasn't helping, and I think she was the one that physically harmed him as opposed to.
Well, he lost a shit ton of work after last time. Again,
yeah.
That wasn't a shit joke, but he lost a shit ton of work, and she didn't. Do you know what I mean? She still kept her jobs and stuff. I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah, from what I can gather, at the start they all believed him, and now the truth's finally coming out in that she was a dickhead. But I genuinely want to move on because I don't know enough of the information to be putting out my opinion. You know what I mean?
Don't give a fuck either. In the nicest way possible, I do not give a fuck. It means absolutely nothing to me. Well, fucking Willy Wonka and Aquaman. So next, I got me jacket from
Was it
Next.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man, there's only so many check shirts you can wear. I'm trying to... but it's because of this fucking podcast. You're just going to see me in new clothes because...
I don't think anyone's asked,
No,
though.
I am, though, because I only have fucking 5 outfits, mate. And I have to make the thumbnail.
Yeah. You look at yourself going, fuck.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, man. It's been a tough week for me, man. I've not had a good one. I feel like I need to share it with you.
Your misery is my pleasure.
Yeah, always, man. I got caught speeding the other day, which is really traumatic. When your mate gets caught speeding, you're always just like, gutted, mate. No, I hope you can do the course. When you find out how I got caught speeding, you won't be like that.
If I just blew me load by saying like, oh, I'm so happy you're miserable, and now I'm actually going to feel sad for you.
No, you won't feel sad. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I was coming back from a gig in Leeds. I had a great one. I was really happy. I've been feeling a little bit shitty about some gigs recently. Like I've had loads of gigs cancelled and stuff. So to finally get one in and do really well at the gig, I was really pleased. I got paid 50 quid. You know what I mean? Because it's not all podcasts with me. Got paid 50 big ones for this gig, and I thought, decent. It's going to cost me about 15 quid to get there and back, so I made a little tidy profit there.
Net profit.
I stopped at the garage. I was going to get a McDonald's, but I'm going away in May, so I'm trying to be a little bit healthier. Don't want to be the fucking old podgy wood over here. You know what I mean? So I've been trying to eat a little bit of healthy. So I went to the garage and just got a couple of snacks as opposed to a McDonald's. I'm driving back on the M60 and it went to a variable speed limit. I slowed down to 50, which was what the speed was. And then I got distracted by my pepperami. And which isn't a turd joke.
I thought you meant you were pulling your dick out.
No. I got distracted by my little pepperami.
What colour?
Red.
Good.
Yeah.
Black, I mean, I like it black, but do you know what I mean? I'll accept red. If you had green, I'd have walked out.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
We couldn't be friends.
That's fine.
Who gets a green pepperami?
I don't know. I think you're missing the point of the conversation.
I could do.
And my car sped up to 59 mile an hour, man, and I was gutted. I was going downhill.
You take responsibility for your actions. You just said your car sped up like you weren't in control.
We were going downhill.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
No, yeah, man. I was really gutted. I was focusing on my pepperami.
That's the worst when it is downhill. Like I mean, I know I just jumped down your throat, but when you actually
upset me, man.
When you were mindful of the speed.
I slowed to 50. And the worst part is the next set of lights was 70. We slowed down for nothing. Sometimes that happens with a variable and it just slows you down for no fucking reason.
Always on the way back from gigs. It's dead annoying. I risk it. I'll be honest, I risk it because once it went off on me once. It did go off on me once, but they were putting the cones out at at that like fucking, what's it called? You know, the smart motorway,
The variable speed limit. Yeah.
but what you call the thing that's above you that has the whatever, the sign. I don't give a fuck. I'm hard. They were putting the cones out at that point, so I think that it had not long adjusted, and there must have been like a sort of like a.
Yeah, they have like I think about a 5-minute grace period.
And I must have just been lucky enough to be within that. But
Yeah.
there's nothing more annoying than
Did
when
it
you've
flash?
It did flash.
It did flash.
And it was just me because it was down to one lane. But
And
I
you
got
didn't
away
get
with it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that gives me hope.
You might.
But I'm still in that dog shit hire car, and this is what's annoying because it picks up speed so fucking quick. It's a 1.6. I'm used to a 1 litre, you know, because I'm just a fucking bike racer, and it picks up speed so fucking quick, man. And I guess I'm still not used to it. But the worst part is they've got to then send my ticket to the hire car company, who have 28 days to send it back to the DVLA, who then have 28 days to send it to me. So it could be like 3 fucking months. I mean, to be fair, the longer it is, the more money I've got to save.
No, it's not though, is it? Because the longer it is, you're just going to forget about it, lad. And
Yeah,
then it's
and
just
then
going to be
it'll come
like
through on a
past
sunny
you, just
Tuesday.
fucks future you in the ass, and present you's just got to watch. I don't know why I said present. I got lost in my own
Just me.
analogy. I got lost in my own analogy. I was travelling through time and my head fell off.
Yeah, so that upset me. There's nothing worse though, like when you fucking do a gig and you're barely getting paid for the gig. Like I was really happy to be able to do it. Like I say, I've had loads of cancellations recently. I just think the cost of living crisis is just fucking everyone up the arse. Because like no tickets are selling.
Petrol's so bad with gigs,
mate. And I'm in the 1.6.
Yeah.
So not only like I got this hire car around the time all the fuel went up. So not only am I in a car that would have been more anyway, but I'm in a car that's even more now.
Yeah.
Because,
I know.
at 85 quid to fill my tank and I get like 300 miles out of it. It can swivel, mate.
I'm starting to see the differences in the food shop and that as well. Joe, like just individual items like meat being like fucking a good couple quid more. Like, look, why are you looking at me like that? Like it doesn't matter. It fucking does, lad.
It does matter. I just I went to Iceland recently, and I was so excited.
What,
and
has it not changed?
Huh?
Has nothing changed price-wise?
No, it's not that. I'd never been to Iceland before, and Beth was like, "Oh,
Fucking messing.
I'd never been to Iceland."
Grew up on it, lad.
Yeah, I mean,
I eat frozen chicken nuggets out the
no,
freezer.
I eat that, but like it was all like netto when I was a kid and that.
Oh yeah, you were super poor.
Yeah.
Get the violin out for our. Do you know like? Do you know how like you celebrate? Like Aldi is celebrated, isn't it? Do you know for how cheap it is? When I was younger, and I don't know if it was like this for you. Netto was like you slagged off if you shopped at Netto, and I remember going into Netto for a day, and I bought a can of Dr Pepper for 27p, which is a fucking good price for a can of Dr Pepper.
To go. You had some tame friends.
Yeah, like go into a day. No, mate, the reputational damage of being seen going into not just any Netto, but the Birkenhead Netto. What I was doing in Birkenhead anyway.
But dared to go in it.
Yeah, went into Netto, bought 27p Dr Pepper. I took one sip and spat it out when it's fucking disgusting.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, what a fucking little gimp.
Were you on camera?
What was it? Yeah, it got
It's Ollie Ball here.
got Bluetooth around the school, lad. It's Ollie Ball.
Yeah, man. I was a proper poor child. We were big on the Netto. I didn't mind Netto though. Yeah, but like you say, if you took your PE kit in or anything like that in a Netto or something like that, you had to have a JD bag. I remember going into JD, buying some trainers, and then this is so bad, and then taking them back just so I could get the bag.
I'm sure
Because they don't ask for the bag back. They don't ask for the bag back. So you go in, you buy your little trainers and that, and then you go back a day later, you've not worn them, you take them back, but then you get to...
wearing your pod school shoes from Clark's.
Yeah,
You've got a
yeah.
little fucking JD bag.
Yeah, man, you've got to rock the drawstrings. Yellow one.
Rebecca told me there was a girl in her school who came in like with a lunch bag from Ann Summers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she didn't know what it was.
A mum's Ann Summers bag. Oh, my God. Like, I had a
It's
dildo
not
in the night
it.
before.
It's like early secondary school. So yeah, that bag had a dilly in it at one point in time.
One of the best things I ever did, which was fucking genius, right? I went into Scott's and I was like fucking 13 years old. Scott's is just like a shit.
Yeah,
shoe
no,
store.
I remember it actually. Yeah, it doesn't exist no more, does it?
And no, I don't think. And good riddance, honestly, because we were dickheads, right? I've held this day. I'm like 25 now, and I was like 13 when I did this, right?
We were just talking about how much we're struggling money, and then we're like, Netto's for tramps. Fuck Scott's. I'm glad that they went under fucking.
Well, when you hear my story, you'll understand, mate. They were dickheads, right? So I've gone in and I just wanted some trainers, but I'm not really like, I was just looking and I was dead insecure and just a bit like, meh. And the woman came over to me and she was like, oh, can I help you? And I just happened to have some shoes in my hand. I didn't want them, but I just picked them up to go, oh, they're all right. And then I was going to put them back. And I just sort of went, yeah, I'll have these. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I was like 13. I was allowed out of the house for the first time by myself. Don't fucking judge me.
But they were like skins as well.
Yeah.
You spent all your money on a pair of shoes.
I didn't want. She properly she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. And then I walked away.
Head job.
Yeah.
Selling you the shoes that you picked.
Arsehole. But I must have walked where Scott's was in Stockport Town Centre. About 300 yards away, if that, 200 yards away was the McDonald's. I got as far as that and was like, why have I got these shoes? And I turned round, so fucking awkward.
How much time are we talking of internal conflict?
Oh, mate, not enough time to even tie the laces. Like, I walked back to Scott's. Bearing in mind, the reason I got these was I was like an insecure 13-year-old, just like, oh, I'm panicking. I had the confidence to walk back in and go, I don't fucking want these anymore. I didn't swear.
Did you say it like that?
No. I was just like, I think I made up something like, oh, it's the maddest thing. Like, I've just been bought. I
never wanted them in the first place.
And like, someone's already bought me the exact same shoes. Mad, eh? And she was like, oh, all we can do is give you a gift card. And I was like, I've had them for 14 seconds. Like, don't be like that.
That's right.
John, I was absolutely fuming. I was like, come on. I've literally had them for like 5 minutes. Don't be like that. Let me fucking just giving you back. And they were like, oh, that's literally all we can do. You bought them now, so that's it. It's company policy. We can only give you a gift card. So I was like, you fucking arsehole. So I got the gift card. It was for 50 quid. And I waited in Scott's for 45 minutes waiting for somebody to buy something that was £50 or more. And then I sold them my gift card and went, go fuck yourself, mate. The guy was like, how much are you going to sell me the gift card for? I went, well, it's got 50 quid in it. So
50 quid.
£49. I guess, I don't know. What do you want from me? Like, I wasn't selling it to you to have less money. Like, but yeah, man, fucking...
You are a genius.
I mean, it was a long 45 minutes. Stood there next to the staff member. She's like, are you going to leave? I'm like, no, I'm staying here.
Stupidest genius.
I just walked around the shop. They must have thought I was a fucking lunatic because it was only a tiny shop. So I just walked around looking at like the same jacket, waiting for somebody to buy some Timberlands or something that was more than 50 quid. Mate, fucking idiot.
Yeah, fuck Scott. I'm glad they died.
Yeah. I'm such a slave to advertising like that, though. I remember me and Beth went to Budapest, one of our very first holidays, and some fucking... You've seen them before, the gimps that are in the front of a shop, and they're just like, hey, handsome. Don't talk to her like that, mate. She's a woman. But Joe and like just fucking, what a gorgeous couple. Okay, come here. And this fucking guy takes us into like a bath store. And he sells like all sorts of like fucking bath products and like salts and all that sort of shit. And long story short, we spent €130 in there.
Fucking hell.
On shit we didn't want or need. But he was just like, oh, smell this. And mate, honestly, if something smells good or is a great view, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? I will go to the shittest hotel. If you've got a view of the sea, I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm a sucker for a view, and if it smells amazing, I'm fine with it. And mate, honestly,
it's like a level of mind control, isn't it? That type of sales, like you don't know what's happened until after the fact. It's like fucking toxic, like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. You don't know what's going on until you're out of it, lad. And see,
you just compare bath salts to an abusive relationship.
I did, and I got everything full circle.
What's up, guys? Thanks so much for downloading the podcast. Listen, if you're watching on YouTube, please do us a favor, drop the video a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It really does help more than you think.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, or anywhere that you get your podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating. If you think we're worth less than that, just don't rate it. Don't be a nib end. Don't be a Karen. Do one.
And if you wouldn't mind, give us a follow on social media as well. It's at Spread Negativity Pod on absolutely everything, except for Twitter, where it's at S Negativity Pod, because Twitter is a gobshite, and we didn't realise there's a character limit until we decided on the name. So fuck you, Twitter. Let's get back to the episode.
What the fuck's happened to Zac Efron's face?
What?
Have you seen it?
No.
Mate, well, I feel like, I know it's not very professional. You need to get your phone out and look at Zac Efron's face because some shit has happened and I do not know what.
Zac Efron's new face.
Either he's gone under the knife and had work done and it's fucking Mickey Rourke'd him, or he's been stung by a bunch of bees.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck's happened to his face?
Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
When we had the break then, I was on my own in here for a bit and I was just scrolling through Instagram and it came up an advert for a new Zac Efron film. I was like, what the fuck has
He
happened
looks like
there?
George Clooney.
Mate, I don't.
Imagine being that good looking and still needing to get work done.
But
How
that's what
fucking
I don't get.
much pressure is there in Hollywood?
He was literally. I'd have shagged the tits off him. Like I wanted. Yeah, I stand by what I said, and I don't take it back. I want to shag his tits off him. Apparently, no. I think Zac Efron's fit, mate. I think he's perfect.
If Beck cheated on you with somebody like Zac Efron, who's unbelievably good looking, would you be angry or proud?
Oh, I wouldn't be proud. I don't think there's any pride to be had.
A girl
I'd be understanding.
Is wanted by Zac Efron, and you've managed to get her.
Yeah, but I've just lost her to Zac Efron
no, because
too.
she's only cheating. She's not going out with him forever.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Next time, can I watch that? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'd want to watch.
Why?
It's Zac Efron. He was very handsome, but he's not now, and I don't get
High School Music cook, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You were running through films. You literally got to his first film, and you were like, "Yeah, that'll do." Baywatch cook.
Shall I pay someone to fuck my missus, mate?
Yeah, fucking can't. Why would you do that to yourself? It's mad though, isn't it? When you see like beautiful women from the 80s
breaking free the stigma.
Any other fucking was?
I'm working through it. I'll just shout them out
flying
when I think of one. Yeah.
Let's just sing High School Musical songs. To
no, we're fine.
Yeah, you see it with a lot of like actresses who were big in like the 80s and that. Joe, over time, there's just like so much pressure to get work done, but it quite clearly makes things worse. So why are they doing it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
If you could have any work done, if you could have any plastic surgery done, what would you have done?
I mean, why are you implying that I need it done?
Oh, there's a lot to work with, but I'm just saying, pick one.
I don't want to pick any. I'm beautiful.
Okay.
I think I need work done.
So, well, you quite clearly need therapy because you've got some level of body dysmorphia there.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, if you could change one thing, what would it be? You have to. Or not if you could, you have to.
I would change the question.
I've got a gun to your head and I've got a scalpel in my hand and I'm going to do work on you, lad.
Yeah, because I'd change the fucking, the surgeon first of all. That's the one thing I'd change. I don't think I'd let you do it. I can't imagine I'm going to look better.
That's not that's not the arrangement here. It's not a case of whether or not you imagine you're going to look better. It's what you've got to pick something to get done. All right, okay, you do think it'll make you look better. What would you change?
I don't know, man. I guess if I lose my hair, I'd get a hair transplant. I don't know. I think I'm all right, but
they're pretty fucking good, aren't they? Hair transplants, don't they seem to like work fairly well?
I couldn't tell you. I know they're cheaper in Turkey. That's all I know.
That's all you know.
Yeah. I guess I'd get my teeth sorted. Yeah, my teeth. I don't like my teeth. My man's got a snaggle tooth and that.
Do you like those dead bright white?
No, but I wouldn't. Though? I wouldn't get that done.
No,
but I would just have my.
Man's got a snaggle tooth. Did you say?
That's a soundbite.
Man's got a snaggle tooth.
My man's got a snaggle tooth. Yeah, I'd get my teeth sorted out. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not bad, but they're not good either.
Yeah.
They're just sort of, I want them a bit. I want the Goldilocks teeth. They're just right.
Just right. Perfect.
Yeah.
I would go
liposuction.
No, because you're missing the boat there. If I got liposuction, I've still got hella excess skin and I'd look stupid as fuck. I rock this regardless of what you think.
Rock the fat.
I'm working this size. This size is right for me. I'm not going to look good skinny, but I'm not going to look good any bigger than this. I'm fucking Goldilocks, baby. I'm the best portion of porridge. Jump right in.
You've ate them all.
Grab a spoon.
Your version of Goldilocks is you don't like the other three, but you still just eat them anyway because you're a fat cunt. That's what your Goldilocks is.
We've yet to go 11 episodes in. We have not had a single episode without a jab at my weight, and you know what? It makes me stronger, and I can handle it.
I don't think you can.
I would get.
Do you really believe that you're at your peak?
No, I worry about excess skin if I start dropping. I am trying to cut a bit of weight, but I don't.
You've watched one Tyson Fury fight and decided that actually, because he fought last weekend, you've probably seen the highlights and gone, you know what? One of the fucking fittest men on the planet is my size. I don't think he's yours.
Yeah, he's not my mate. He's a fucking
not your height. Not your height.
He's a fucking ginormous fucking traveller. lives at the top of a beanstalk and just comes down to punch people's head in and then fucks back off. He goes, I'm retiring. So everyone watches like, oh, it's his last fight. Oh, guess what? Shock, I won and I'm not retiring. I'm going to smash more.
And he fights like
in.
once a year. He's like the Michael Bublé of boxing, isn't he? Just appears once a year and then just fucking, and then disappears.
Reminds
again.
everyone how good he is. Isn't he good? I like his version of that.
Michael Bubble.
But no, I would maintain this size and I would get a 6-pack put on. So like those little like, have you seen them?
Yeah.
I think I'd rock. Like
you give off proper dad at a barbecue.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Model.
Yeah, kiss the cook and shit like that. Yeah. That's what I want.
Is that what Zac Efron would do to you?
Kiss the cock.
Kiss the cook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Callbacks.
Yeah, sorry,
funny, innit?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of callbacks, the shots, Scots. Why did I call it shots? Has it got a H in it?
What are you saying?
The shop Scots that you brought up before.
Does it say that 10 times fast.
The shop Scots.
Are you saying hopscotch?
Does it have a H in it?
No.
Because I just called it shots like a fucking nonce. No. It reminded me of something that happened to me when I was younger.
Okay.
The thing is, I wasn't that young. It was after university, so it was early 20s. And I was living back at home after living away at uni, and I was always dead nervous around fucking girls, even at that age. Like, I'd had a girlfriend that hadn't worked out. She was a dickhead. And this girl knocked.
Classic white guy. It's always the ex-girlfriend that's the problem, isn't it?
I was a dickhead too.
I'm on her side. Sounds like you were probably the fucking problem.
I mean, I barely told you anything about me, but okay, let's just assume that.
I just can't stand this. Ban the patriarchy.
Do you know what? I actually don't know why I said she was a dickhead. She was all right,
Yeah, exactly. You've just said she was a dickhead because she happened to be your ex-girlfriend. It's
self-preservation, isn't it? Yeah. You're like, they didn't want to be with me no more, so therefore. They must be scum.
Yeah, all you're doing is taking the shine away from other people's ex-girlfriends who were dickheads, i.e. mine. No, I'm joking.
So we had a knock on the door and I answered it, and it was, when they try and get you to sign up for a charity. It's a girl who I proper fancied, and it was guide dogs. If you're going to knock with any charity, man loves a dog. Yeah. So I was enamored straight away. I was chatting away just to be chatting to her, but she's talking about how they help the dog. She's showing me pictures of all these dogs, and I'm like, do you know what? Fucking sign me up. I signed on the dotted line.
Sign language me up.
That was. I didn't give that as much credit as it deserved. And so I signed up for the guide dogs charity, and the girl walked away, like she went away, and I came back in, and my mum had overheard it because I was living back home with mum, and my mum was just like, what was going on there? Were you flirting with her? And I was like going all chocker, like, oh, shut up, mum. And she was like, why did you ask her out or anything? And I was like, no. And she was like, why didn't you ask her out? And I was like, I think the idea of me mum implying that I'd been a pussy in the rack, this guy, I felt like I had something to prove, yeah. And I was so cringy. I went out the house and I chased after her.
What? Like some sort of fucking sexual deviant. What are you doing? Why are you chasing you? How old were you?
I chased after her.
How old were you?
Like 19, 20.
And how old was she?
Like the same age.
So you, as a 19-year-old man, have chased after a woman in the street?
I didn't have me knob out, lad.
It don't matter. What time of the night was this?
It was during the day.
Oh, right. Okay, that's not weird then.
Full daylight. So I chased after her, and I went, excuse me. She turned around. I was like, would you like be up for going out for like a drink sometime or something? And she just went,
I'm not blind.
She went, I'm sorry, I've got a boyfriend. And I went, okay. Just like did a U-turn.
Did you run home?
Didn't run home, no. Just did a Charlie Brown slow walk, head down, walked home, got through the front door, pulled out my phone, Googled guide dog's number, rang them, cancelled the subscription.
You sure showed it.
Reject me.
Yeah, fucking who you think you are.
I don't run for anybody.
I've never really asked anyone out in a cringy way. Have you? Is that the cringiest way you've asked somebody out?
It's probably the cringe. The only other one that springs to mind is there was a girl who'd pretty much made me captain of the friend zone, and in school, and I proper liked her, but we were mates as well, so I was like around her all the time, and I thought, because I'd seen too many fucking films and I was a fucking idiot, that if I brought in a single red rose, oh mate, I'm knocking myself sick, to school and asked her to go out with me, that she'd see me for who I really was.
God.
And I did it, and she went, thanks.
Yeah, I love that.
Chucked her in a bag. Do you know what? To be fair, she saved me. Because she chucked it in a bag. The only people who saw it, I did it in like a secluded area. That sounds dodgy. There was
Why
only...
is every single time you ask a girl out, why does it seem like you're a bit rapey?
I bought you a flower. You want to come out with me? It was just in front of a couple of people, and one of them was
Did you wear that jacket?
and a flat cap, and Zach dingled her. I said, hey up, Chuck. One of me here.
You don't want a cane dingle, and that's it's a big fucking problem. Fucking man like Amber Heard.
One of my best mates was there, and he tried to make fun of me, and I give him a little fucking slap, showed him who was boss.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then panicked because he's much bigger than me, but I think he just took that as a like, oh, he's actually quite emotionally unstable.
Yeah, that'll do it.
What's yours then?
She didn't get that by the rose. No, I do have a story actually, which is it's a bit of a doozy of a story, to be fair, and I don't come off well. I mean, not in sexual predator way like you, but
I'm a sweet boy who just didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah,
right?
but from
I've seen movies, men run after. Wait, missus, please go out with me. I wasn't going. Hey girl, I've got something to show you.
From the top of a scaffold.
Hey girl, I got a rose here with your name on it.
No, I had there was a girl, I'm still sad to this day. So my childhood was a bit mad. Like I've been to like 19 schools. Like it's honestly,
fucking
I'm not
hell.
kidding, man. My mum's disabled. We moved around a lot. Yeah, man. It's fucking. I'll get into it properly another time, but it's insane. Which is why I've got no fucking friends. Because how do you have mates when you move around that much? Like, feeling
Explains so much.
Huh?
Explains so much.
Yeah. There's a lot of childhood trauma that has that really does explain the
Let's unpack it.
the lack of confidence, the insecurities, the overthinking, the general
constant need for others' approval.
Which I then push onto you. Which I then push onto you. Your jacket's actually not that bad, but the whole time I've just been like, look at you in your fat jacket. Because I just don't have the confidence myself. It's all unlocking now. But I digress. There was a girl I lived opposite, and she was called Holly, and I don't remember her name, her last name, but she was called Holly, and she was great, right? And I lived right opposite her, and we went to the same school. It was called Red Lane in Bolton. Shout out. It did nothing for me. And partly because I left after about fucking 16 hours of being there. Went into another one, didn't I? But she was called Holly, and she was great. And I was genuinely, like, I moved around a lot, but I sort of got used to it. But I was in primary school at this point, and that was the one that really, I was gutted, man. I didn't want to leave that school. I really liked it. But you know.
So did you say primary it was?
Yeah. But you know, why let your kids' education get in the way of your own
bullshit?
Yeah. So she was called Holly, and I really liked her, and I was properly friend zoned by her, but she lived opposite, and it was one of those where you just used to go and knock on, and you'd just stand at the door and chat for 2 hours. We had a podcast before it was cool.
You were recording it? You fucking weirdo.
All right, fucking I chase women down the street with me fucking rose out. So yeah, man, she was called Holly, and I was really into it, and she had a boyfriend called Jack Nixon, and now Jack Nixon
sounds cool as fuck.
He's a prick, mate. I hated him, right? He was not good enough for her, and he took her for granted, and I fucking hated him. He wasn't good with it, and I forget this girl's last name, and I wish I knew it, because I'd look her up and be like, hey, remember me? I mean, I've got a girlfriend now. I wouldn't, babe, honest.
Quickest U-turn I've ever seen.
When I was single, I'd have looked her up, I think. Love you. But yeah, man, he was called Jack Nixon. I fucking hated this cunt. Like, he was a proper knobhead. And we all went to the same school. And then one day, mate, they split up. Now, I had this undying love for her, but I daren't tell her because I didn't want to ruin the friendship.
That's the fucking line, that though, innit? That's what you tell yourself. I just don't want to not be friends anymore.
You can't possibly
I care so much.
Yeah. I would rather not have you and still be friends.
I'm making the sacrifice.
Then lose you as the friend of less. But yeah, they broke up one day.
My fucking life.
They broke up one day. I had an in. Not a good enough in. But I was like, finally.
Were you like dead happy when you found out? I'm just so sorry it's happened. Holly. Were you smiling?
I made the mistake of thinking that the only reason we weren't together was because of Jack Nixon. Turns out it was my big forehead and lack of social skills. But
you're literally describing my life here.
So I went into school. I found out they'd broken up over break number 1 of the day, and I was like, "Oh no, damn it, gutted. Oh, fucking, I'm sorry, Jack, to hear that."
You prick.
Yeah. So I went over to her, and obviously, bearing in mind we're in break 1, and you know, as soon as a girl breaks up with a boyfriend, that's the exact right time to go and offer her a new one. Like, oh, you broke up, have
just
you?
come in.
I started running at her like you did. But yeah, she walked in, and I sort of went up to her and was, "Oh, I'm really sorry to hear about you and Jack. Fucking sucks to hear. Don't know if you've heard, but your boy's single, much like you are. Do you need a new boyfriend?" And she, mate, it's fucking
not. Do you want to go out with me, or do you need
a new
boyfriend?
It probably was a, "Do you want to go out with me?" But yeah, man,
Can we be together?
Yeah, but she was just sort of like the bold as brass. She just went, "I'll have to think about it," and I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean you'll have to think about it?" And she was
I don't want to say no to your face.
Yeah. And she was like, "I'll have to think about it." And me, with being the fucking cocksure lad that I was, I went, "Well, you've got till lunchtime." And I walked away, right?
Giving out deadlines.
Yeah, man. Man's got a word count and everything. So I said to her, I was like, "You've got till lunchtime."
I'm not waiting around for no one, not even you, Holly.
Yeah. So I went up to her afterwards at lunchtime, and I was like, the whole time I couldn't even concentrate in maths. I was sat there like fucking putting 2 and 2 together and getting 4, getting us. That's what I was doing, putting 1 and us together. You know what I mean?
2 and 2 together and getting 4's the correct sum.
Yeah, man. It's. I went up to her afterwards in lunchtime, and I went up to her. I was like, obviously, it's been, you know, an hour. Have you had more time to think on it? And she goes, "No, I think I need more time." And I went, "Well, I'm not waiting. I refuse to wait. I won't wait for nobody." I'm 9 at this point, by the way.
You knew your worth.
I knew my worth. And I said to her, I was like, "Well, if you've not got an answer now, then we're never going to be right for each other." Yeah. And I just walked away.
Mate,
I just walked away. And in my mind, she gave a fuck. I don't think she did. But I walked away. And yeah, we just ended up still being friends like nothing happened. And then, get on this, right? I went up to her. I knocked on later that night, because like I say, we lived across the road from each other, and we just chatted like there was no fucking issue. And Jack Nixon broke her heart. Honestly, Jack Nixon, if you're watching, I don't imagine you are. Imagine he is.
I know, yeah.
And he goes, "Do you know what? I went to Red Lane. I was called Jack Nixon. I had a girlfriend named Holly.
Couldn't
They're
be
on about me." Yeah. He was that fucking dim, to be fair. He probably that, "Oh, it must have been someone else." So yeah, man, I went and knocked on for her that night and was just like, "How are you getting on?" We just acted like nothing had happened at all. And then like a year later, I moved house. And I was gutted about it. I really was. I had a little skateboard, and we were on a hill, and I just used to sit on the skateboard and like ride down the hill. I didn't like ride the skateboards. I just used to sit on it and just like go down, and then I'd walk back to the top of the hill.
But would you say, "Do you want to go skateboarding?" As if that was
I imagine the skateboard is what held me back whilst pushing me down the hill. It's not sexy just seeing me sat on it, because I've not got the balls to actually ride it.
What was the pattern on the bottom of it?
I have no idea. It was one of those shit ones. It was a small one. It wasn't even a full size skateboard.
I know exactly.
And it was just
about,
fucking,
yeah.
it was just wooden on the bottom.
I had the Digimon skateboard, me. Lad.
A Digimon?
Yeah, used to like stand up on it. No.
Digimon?
I could roll. I could go downhill, stood up. That was the only. I couldn't do no tricks or nothing. I could just about maintain balance. But to me, that was.
You're like a scooter kid.
No,
you give proper scooter vibes. Mine lit up. Mine had little lights on.
You look like a scooter kid. I was also a scooter kid.
Yeah, fucking greatness recognises greatness like that. I know what you had.
No, I had BMX, lad.
You had a BMX? I had a BMX as well, and I put a little
on
can on it so it sounded like a motorbike.
Yeah.
Mate, I was fucking...
Just absolutely destroyed the bike itself.
I was... Oh, for sure, yeah. And my mum's mate, do you know, like, everyone's got, like, that mate that has, like, he can get you, like, a skybox for a tenner.
Yeah.
Well, my mum's mate knew how to change your brakes on a BMX so that you could skid. That was my...
He literally tried to murder you.
Yeah. It makes sense. It was Jack Nixon's dad. But yeah, man, that was my first love loss. I've had so many of them. The worst one was my first actual girlfriend, my first proper one, because you have girlfriends in primary school that last like 4 hours, don't you? I had a guitar, right? Get on this. I had a guitar, and I bought a guitar, and I was like, I'm going to learn how to play guitar, because like you do. And I'm going to sing it at parties.
Didn't learn how to sing.
No. But yeah, man, I bought this guitar and I was like, yeah, sick. I'm gonna learn how to play guitar. And because I was with her at the time, I started learning. She was a big One Direction fan, and I started learning the song "Little Things."
Of all the One Direction songs there are, I actually kind of like that one.
Yeah,
I'm ashamed to say it. Stinks of Ed Sheeran. That.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I think he wrote it.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I do actually think he wrote it.
Sheeran.
So I started learning Little Things by One Direction. I was like, yeah, this is going to be sick. She's going to be buzzing with this. About 2 days after learning how to do it, or starting, I found out she was cheating on me, so I only got as far as the intro and never played guitar again. I could have been a fucking musical maestro if not for her cheating on me.
Isn't the intro just literally like...
Do you want to know the maddest thing? Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay.
Do you want to know the maddest thing? Okay, so she was a swimmer, right? She was, we were 15 at the time, and she was a swimmer, and she cheated on me with her 19-year-old swimming, like, coach's assistant.
And how old was she?
She was 15.
So she got nonce.
Yeah. And I didn't, like, realise until I was, like, 18 myself that actually was a problem. But yeah. Yeah, like she, because you don't, do you? When you're a kid, you don't realise that actually people with that age gap, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, oh, she cheated on me. And then, like, 3 years later, I was like, hang on. I wouldn't be with a 15-year-old now, and I'm a year younger than he is.
Yeah, to be
like,
fair,
what the fuck?
How can you compete with a full-grown man?
Yeah, and obviously he was a swimmer as well. You know what I mean? Man's was ripped. Man's was Zac Efron.
Ripped and smooth as fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, I still remember him actually. He had shingles, so he wasn't.
Oh, I know.
It's
what
like,
it's like scabs and shit.
Yeah, he wasn't smooth at all. But yeah, man, he was like 19, and she sucked him off in his car at 15 years old.
I don't really know what to...
Yeah, it's a lot, innit? It's a lot.
Yeah.
But like you say, you can't compete, really. I mean, he was the problem. She wasn't. Of course she wasn't. I mean, she was a problem for cheating on me, but she'd have done that with a 15-year-old as well. So obviously he was just fucking grooming her while she was swimming.
Yeah.
The maddest fucking thing. Yeah. You can't really...
Perfect topic for a comedy podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just like speaking about...
Says the one that's like, oh, I
crimes.
chase women.
Yeah, I didn't nonce anyone, that.
That's a soundbite. Let's move on.
Have you ever had it go the other way where someone has been super...
Not me, no.
Super keen on you, and you've had to let them down easy?
What about me gives the illusion that I've, got them falling over me?
That's why I asked.
Yeah, because you knew the answer.
I used the word have.
No, maybe. Not that I recall. Before I got with Beth, though, I met a girl on Tinder who kicked me out of the house because I didn't put out.
Oh, really?
A mad experience.
What happened?
So, oh man, I remember it so well, right? She, funnily enough, had the same name as the girl.
Holly.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying not to name it. I was hoping it would be cryptic enough so that she wouldn't know I was talking about it. I can't imagine she's watching, to be fair. But yeah, it was just like she didn't really do anything wrong. It was just a fucking mad experience. But yeah, we were seeing each other, and it was I remember it well. It was around Christmas, and I was working. I was barber at the time, so I was fucking packed out at Christmas. And we'd worked out that the way the dates married up, that if I didn't see it on this night, I wouldn't see her until New Year, because I was going away to Ireland to see family and stuff, and she was going away too, and it just wouldn't work. So she was like, you have to come round tonight if we're going to see each other. And I was like, well, I don't really know. I can't. I'm working till 8 p.m. I'm back in work tomorrow at 7, which means I'll have to leave yours at 6. Like, it's not, I won't get to yours till fucking 9, 9:30. Yeah. I'm going to be exhausted anyway. It's just, and she was just like, you have to come round. I was like, there's nothing you can say is going to get me round. So I went round and, of course. But we went out on like a night out and I was just exhausted, man. I just wasn't feeling it. And we got back to hers at like 2 a.m. Bear in mind, I'm up at 6. Like I was in no mood. And I just, she put it on me and I ended up just going to sleep. And she woke me up like half an hour later. And was like, well, there's no point in you being here. And I was like, rah. Right. But then as I was leaving, it was when you actually break it down, it was pretty bad because when I just sort of like started laughing. I was like, are you serious? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, right, sound. And I just got up and started getting dressed. And I think that caught her by surprise. I think her intention was that I would rather sleep with her than just go home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so I think she sort of like tried to get me to do that. And because as I was leaving, she was like, oh, come and give me a kiss first. I was like, you can swivel, girl. You're out of your mind.
So she was trying to like bully you into going for it?
I think so, yeah. And we just didn't see each other after that.
Isn't it mad how like if, if you were a girl telling me that a guy did this to you, I'd be like, what a fucking animal. But the other way, you're a guy telling me a girl did this to you, and I'm thinking that you're a fucking wet wipe. Like,
yeah,
it says a lot about me.
Yeah. More about you than anyone else. But yeah, man, it was just a mad experience. I didn't like I said, I don't really think anyone did anything wrong. She just fucking didn't want me in her house unless I was shagging her. Which, you know what? Fair. I sort of get it.
I wouldn't want you in my house unless you were shagging me.
Yeah. Anyway, have you got anything you want to get off your chest?
No, not really. Have you?
So yeah, this girl I was seeing, right? She just like one day just like kicked me out of the house. I'm still not over it. No, I am. Imagine it was like 3 years ago.
How long you been with Beth?
4. Beth's going to have loads to get off her chest. That's not true, by the way. That is not true. Of course it's not.